Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Dean with Massive Bees at Gold and Silver, and today for our bonus video, we have souvenir medals from the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. But before we get into all that, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications so you get up-to-date content from us, and please share our content with other folks that you think might enjoy it. So yes, here we are looking at a medal from the Royal Canadian Mint. They were struck there, this medal specifically, in 1927, and was released to the public in the same year. This medal was celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Canadian Confederation. On the obverse here, we have King George V and his wife, the Queen. Also, you can see on the date, 1927, there's still a little bit of red left on this medal. So there is a tiny bit of luster, but still this medal has been handled quite a bit by whoever owned it before. You can see a little ding there on the rim as well. And of course, there is something on the forehead of the king. I'm not really sure if that's a die break or a strike through, but again, it's definitely something there. It looks like it's original to the coin that it happened there. You can even see in the Queen's hair there also a little bit of crack of some kind. So maybe it was even a planchet flaw. I'm not really sure on these bronze medals. Go ahead and throw in the comments if you think you know what it is, or you have an idea what you think it might be. And on the reverse of this medal, we see Canada's national motto, which is in Latin, from sea to sea. This, of course, is from Psalm 72, verse 8, which is, "He shall have dominion also from sea to sea." You can also see the symbols here of the British royal family, the three fleur-de-lis of France, the Scottish lion, the Irish harp, and the three lions of England. As well at the bottom there, you can see that sprig with the three maple leaves. That is actually the symbol representing Canadians of all origins. So this is just a really great medal, has a lot of storytelling here, which I enjoy. This next medal has a lot of historical meaning. So this medal was from 1939. It was commemorating the first royal visit to Canada in 1939, and this was actually the first time a reigning monarch had visited Canada. So in Europe, it was apparent that war was looming, and one of the main reasons the royal tour was to stimulate sympathy, if you will, to the cause of Great Britain and the need of Canada and the rest of the British Empire to answer the call for war. There's a lot going on in the reverse of this medal. It's one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite medals. There is a Latin phrase here at the top again, which is the Canadian motto, national motto, from sea to sea. You can see the Canadian shield again with the sprig of the three maple leaves representing Canadians of all origins. You can also see these lines here with little tiny arrows showing you the trek of the royal family as they went through as many provinces as they could. And then you also see on the bottom of this, let me see if I can get a better angle here, the Latin phrase that says, "Canada salutes her king and queen." So this medal is actually pretty significant to the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa's history. And let me tell you why. So there's two types of obverse for this medal. This obverse was made by Thomas Shingles. We know that because the portraits of the king and queen actually come right up to the edge of the medal. Thomas Shingles, that name's probably familiar to you if you watch some of my recent videos, as he later became the chief engraver to the Royal Canadian Mint, but at the time of the production of this medal, he was actually a private contractor. This medal, this obverse, was produced by Percy Metcalfe of the Royal Mint in London. And you can see his initials there, PM, and you can also see that the portrait of the king and queen do not actually come up to the edge of the medal. This is a really nice example of this medal. You can see that there's still a lot of luster here. There's some really nice toning along the edge of this medal as well. The same reverse as the previous medal with Thomas Shingles' obverse. So really that's the big difference, is the two obverses. And it's just amazing where people get their start. So just think about that. Thomas Shingles, obviously, through his career, being just simply a private contractor to the Royal Canadian Mint, and then really by 1940, 43, he was the chief engraver, which is amazing. Again, you can see some really beautiful toning. You know me and toning, I really enjoy this. So you can see there, especially around the devices and kind of protected in those little areas there, some luster, some really nice luster. This is, again, one of my favorite metals. I do want to tell you, so these are made of bronze. There's two bronze types, not just the obverse types, but there's two sizes. There's a 26 millimeter, and then there's a 31 millimeter. They actually produce this in silver as well. I do not own one. I've been kind of searching for one for a while now. I know they exist, but usually they're heavily cleaned or circulated, which is kind of surprising for a metal, but I don't know if it was because it was silver. People kept them in their pockets for good luck charms or something. I'm not really sure why. But there are a few out there that are graded and that are really nice quality. This one, I don't know if I'd ever send it off to be graded, but it is really nice. It's really a beautiful, beautiful metal, and I'm glad I had it. And you can see that that's a little bit larger than the other. Here is our final metal to look at. We have two of these to look at, and this, of course, is of the late Queen Elizabeth II. And this metal was celebrating Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953. So the low relief variety was distributed in schools across Canada, and then there was the high relief variety that was given to dignitaries. Which is kind of a neat fact. So this, you can see, this is the low relief variety here, and you could see that this was, you know, obviously a little worn here and there. This is, you know, toned over the time, little mostly brown. You can see a little bit of toning on the high marks there, where there's probably a little possible wear, a lot of touching, hence why there was some of that toning rubbing up against something. These actually belong to my mother. These were in her coin collection for many years, and they're just really nice, especially now since, you know, we don't have Queen Elizabeth anymore. You know, passing in 2022 after a reign from 1952 to 2022. It's just amazing. You can see a little bit of a die crack or something going on there with the E. This is a nice example. You know, I don't think there's much value here with this metal, not just because it's from 1953, but they were widely collected and given out as souvenirs. And most of them that I see are in this condition or similar to this one here, with some red, a little luster left. But obviously, you know, it's been well handled. You know, especially these ones that were given out to school children. So what do you think school kids are going to do? I'm sure there are a lot of nice varieties. If you go on to eBay, you can find even some graded ones of these. Again, not commanding huge dollar amounts. These were just meant as souvenirs, simply that. This one, you know, it does have a lot more red, a little bit of luster here. You know, it's nice. Like I said, I enjoy being able to hold this in my hand just because of the history. And you know, I do really appreciate the engraving here on it, and especially on the reverse. I really like it actually how they put the second right in between Queen Elizabeth. I like that, the E and the R. Not a ton of wear, as you can see here. Little bit of dirt here and there on this through the red. I don't know. This might have been wiped a couple times. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It doesn't seem to have that cartwheel, but I don't really know if these really had cartwheel. But anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any of these or have seen some of these. I hope you enjoyed this bonus video today, and I really hope you keep coming back and checking out the videos on my channel. I'm going to try to continue to do what I'm doing. Well, until we meet again, everybody, stay safe, and as always, enjoy.